Hello, everyone, and welcome to another video here on the Giant Take YouTube channel. Josh here with my friend and co-host Alex, and we are here for the inaugural Giants positional preview video. Quarterbacks is the first position that we're going to cover. You'll see us here on the YouTube channel as much as we can. We'll go through the entire roster, previewing basically each position, and we'll do that as training camp evolves here in 2026. So this one is the first one on the depth chart and probably the most obvious one, but we're still going to go through it a little bit here. It is the quarterback position. Jaxson Dart being the starting quarterback for the Giants this season. It wasn't that way last year. Just a quick run through of how it went last season for those who might not remember. Russell Wilson starting the first game of the year for the New York Giants in a duel of all duels, in a battle of all battles last year, in a 40-37 loss to the Dallas Cowboys. We all thought, wow, he is that guy after the Giants lost 21-6 against the Washington Commanders in the week prior. We said, okay, 450 yards passing, setting a record for Russell Wilson, He is that guy. He indeed was not that guy. He indeed was, as we like to call, wash at that point. And so the Giants then decided to navigate their way through injuries, Jaxson Dart concussions. Russell Wilson ended up starting 6 games last year. He ended up throwing 830 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. All 3 of those touchdowns, Alex, coming against the Dallas Cowboys in that unbelievable Week 2 game. In terms of Jameis Winston, who, yes, is still involved with the Giants. It's a backup this year. He was also a starter at 3 games last season. Threw for 567 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And then the starter, Jaxson Dart, who played the majority of the season with 14 games played, 2,272 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Dart also running for almost 500 yards and scoring 9 TDs on the ground. Alex, what are your thoughts heading into this season for Jaxson Dart? Year 2, big prove-it year for him to kind of solidify himself and show that he is on the upper tier, I would say, or the other side of the top 32 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, it's going to be consistency. It's going to be being smart with how he runs the football. We know they're going to utilize him heavily in the run game. Can he avoid those concussions? Because that is a killer in careers, as we've seen here over the past few years, Josh. So it's all about being smart, making better reads the line of scrimmage. We know he has the physical talent, whether that's running the football or his arm talent, and being more accurate outside the numbers. It's those small little details that take you from being an average NFL quarterback to a great NFL quarterback. And I think that's going to be the things that he needs to work on. And he should have a better cast of characters around him, better offensive line, improved weapons. So this should be, on paper, at least, a better offense. And the Giants are going to need him to carry them through some games. So is he going to be able to put the team on his back, win some football games, especially within the division, is going to be really defining on how we look at him after this year, Josh. And, had a great, first year in terms of flashes, but, we need to see that consistency across all 17 games. And him playing all 17 games is going to be important as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think something that you didn't mention there is what's going to be alongside him. The receivers, and more importantly, Malik Neighbors. We didn't really see them at all together on the field last year because of Malik Neighbors' year-long injury for the most part. Now, we don't know if Neighbors is confirmed to be ready for week 1. Okay, that's fine. Well, not fine. We would love him ready for week 1. But if that's not the case, then maybe week 2, week 3, whenever Neighbors comes back and hopefully stays on the field for the entirety of the season, playing alongside Jaxson Dart, Alex. That's what we were all excited for last year when Jaxson Dart was rookie. What is going to be his connection with Malik Neighbors? When they played together in training camp and they, it was the throw and catch, the deep throws especially, it was the most exciting thing. The loudest we heard fans last year was when Jaxson Dart and Malik Neighbors connected for passes downfield. Now they want to see that in actual games, not against Giants 11-on-11s in training camp on a practice field. So how does that translate? And then the other weapons on the team. Slayton, Malachi Fields, whether Juju or OBJ make the roster, and so on and so forth. There are a lot of new Giants wide receivers, but the main connection of Malik Nabers and Jaxson Dart is a big reason why Dart can possibly be successful, is if Malik Nabers is on the field alongside him, and Malik Nabers showed what he did his rookie year. So I think that's another really big thing for Jaxson Dart too. But he has the moxie, Alex. He has the swagger to his game. He has the run potential to scramble outside the pocket that all these guys who are now the newer generation of quarterbacks in the NFL who have this passing and scrambling ability have. We've seen that with Dart. Like you said, he showed us flashes last year. Now in year 2, we want to see more of the consistency that you said. And then what I would say, which I think kind of aligns with that, the complete product. Putting everything together and not only showing flashes of here's a touchdown there, here's a touchdown here, putting it all together, having the Giants score points and have him be a complete product. Game in, fully 60 minutes of football where Jaxson Dart is a starting quarterback and it just looks like a free-flowing, good-looking offense. I mean, that's what the Giants have been wanting for years, but now hopefully with head coach John Harbaugh, that is something that can actually be achieved. All right. As we head to the backup spot, Jameis Winston, Alex, anything you want to mention? Any concerns that you have with Jameis Winston entering his 30? He's now 32 years old. He's entering he's now spent a decade in the NFL, entering his 11th season in the league.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing, and I say this in the most respectful way possible, I hope I don't see Jameis Winston on the field this season in order for Jaxson Dart to be successful. And I know you haven't mentioned him yet. Same thing with Brandon Allen. And that's why, of course, the QB position is a little bit silly because, there's not really much to go over for some of the guys that you're really hoping you're not going to have to see on the field. But Jameis Winston, he's a solid pro, good guy in the locker room, good guy for the team in general to have on the roster. So no concerns with him. And we know he can sling it when he comes on the field. So, great guy, not someone you want starting on a consistent basis for sure, but him, he's very serviceable. Brandon Allen, really don't want to see on the field. So hopefully that's not someone we do see. But this is a good QB room, I think, to put it, in one word.
Yeah, that's another thing, Alex. As being a fan of the New York Giants over the last 5 years, having more than one quarterback on the field consistently has unfortunately been a reality. For Giants fans. I mean, they've cycled through quarterbacks. How, you're picking people out of a claw machine. It felt like at certain points with how you're looking and Daniel Jones would get injured, or for example, last season, Jaxson Dart getting injured and the Giants would just have to scramble, literally and figuratively, I guess, and find different guys to throw on the field and play under center or in play action, whatever it may be. And last year, Jameis Winston was one of those guys. The last time he had a kind of full starting season was with the Browns a couple of years ago, and his ratio was 13 and 12 touchdowns to interceptions. He is a guy that, like you said, can go out there and sling it, but 50% of the time, the slinging could most likely end up in an interception. So we saw that with the Giants last year as well. But no, I think definitely something to cover is what we're hoping to see out of Jaxson Dart. And taking our two words together, Alex, you said consistency, and I said a kind of complete package, right? Putting everything together. So that's what we're looking forward to from Jaxson Dart and the quarterback position. Now, let us know what you think about Jaxson Dart, what you think about what he's going to show this season. Are you excited? Are you anxious? Are you upset with him? Let us know in the comments down below. We'll read all of them. We really appreciate it. Hit a thumbs up on this video. Again, the first of this 2026 Giants positional preview. We'll catch you next time. We'll talk running back positions here on the Giant Take YouTube channel. Peace.